Ray-Pec community, hello. I'm Mike Slagle, Superintendent here at the Ray-Pec School District. We are here with another installment of Staff Spotlight, and today I have Dan Garrison with me. Dan, who is an 8th grade social studies teacher at South Middle School. Dan,
Yes,
welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate you
Thank
spending
you.
some time with us this morning.
Happy to be here.
Good. Tell me about yourself, Dan. I know you've been here 21 years here in the Ray-Pec District, so tell me about your journey to here today.
So for me, teaching, I kind of was drawn into it, but it was not my first career choice. I was a medic in the Army, and so I worked in the medical field. I liked the idea of teaching. I wanted to, but honestly, I was afraid I couldn't really afford to do that. So I got my degree and had resigned myself to just subbing on my days off because I worked a 3-day week. And I credit Rob Wida, who just recently retired, for kind of pulling me into it. He had called me for an interview, and I said, well, I've kind of decided I'm not going to do this. And he said, well, why don't we just talk? And here I am 21 years later, and it was probably the best decision I've ever made. Certainly the best career-wise.
Yeah.
Super grateful for that change in my direction.
Absolutely. So you've been here 21 years, and certainly people like Rob have touched you and along the way to have helped support you and move you forward. Any others that have been an integral part of your journey here at Ray-Pec?
I've been really blessed. Every principal that I've had, Rob Wida, Jamie McInder, Robin Jones, Al Volker, even Al Volker.
Even Al Volker, let's talk about that.
And David Mitchell, and now currently Randy Randolph, have all been really important in pushing me into new directions where maybe I was a little uncomfortable. It was Jamie McInder that convinced me to go to my first training in cooperative learning, which completely transformed my approach to teaching and my philosophy of teaching. So yeah, I've had great principals along the way, and I've been really fortunate to always have very good staff. So you surround yourself with really good teachers, and a rising tide, I guess. So yeah, lots of people have been very integral for me. Of course, my best teachers were my parents, and so everything I know about people really came from them. But
yes. You must be doing something right. You're the 2017 Teacher of the Year here in Ray-Pec, so congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So I've been in your classroom several times, and I've seen the rapport that you have with kids. Is there a secret sauce to that? What do you bring to the classroom each day that makes a connection with kids?
I really think the most important thing that we can do as a teacher is to build relationships, and it really sometimes is just as simple as being there and them knowing that you are there for them and that you see them as a person. So taking the time to get to know them, to listen, to joke around, and let them get to know you as a person, and not just a figurehead. This is my teacher, but this is actually somebody who we share some things in common with. And once you build those relationships, then learning comes a lot easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. That's excellent. So this is a year unlike any other here in 2020, teaching in 2020. What has the transition, what have the pivots been like for you, and what have you learned from this entire process that's helpful for the future?
I have learned that I have a lot to learn, that you can never really rest too comfortably on what you've developed as your skill set, because we're constantly changing. So the challenges of teaching in a virtual world, I'm still trying to maneuver through them, and still not certain I'm doing it right. I told the kids our first day of school that this is new for all of us. This will probably be one of those defining moments where we will definitely remember one another because we've gone through this year together, but that I would be showing an abundance of grace as we're struggling to learn, and ask them to show an abundance of grace because I'm certain I'm making mistakes as we go too. So with that understanding, we'll somehow stumble through it together.
Yes, and I think we all have that patience and grace with each other this year. That's going to keep us through and keep us going through this entire ordeal that we're experiencing together. That's well said. So I'm the new person on the block. Obviously, I'm just getting my feet underneath me here at Ray-Pec. You've been here 21 years. What advice would you have for me in getting to know the community and getting to know the kids?
It's a great community. They've been so supportive of the school district, of the teachers. My advice is we've got a great staff. I am so lucky to be surrounded by excellent teachers, and so trust. My wife always talks of positive intent, and that would be my advice, to remind ourselves of, as we're making mistakes, because we're all making mistakes as we're succeeding, that there's positive intent there, that everybody truly does want what's best for the kids and what's best for the community, and we'll get there.
Yeah, excellent.
We'll get there.
And you mentioned your wife. She's a teacher in the district as well?
Right.
Yes. Where's that?
She's the reading interventionist at Bridal Ridge. Much more gifted than me. But yeah, she is a very dedicated, big supporter of mine as well.
Excellent. We all need them along our way, don't we?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Dan, thanks for being here today. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you, sir.
Thank you for all you're doing for our kids.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Ray-Pec community, thanks again for tuning in on this another edition of Staff Spotlight. We'll be back in the next couple weeks with another special guest, but for now, have a great day. Thanks for joining.